Did Marciano really admit that on camera? And how many F-bombs can Layla drop before Bravo calls?
Welcome to episode 8, the Cialis Confession and the F-Bomb Queen. Buckle up, things get feral fast.
This is First and Feral, Utah Unfiltered. Utah born, chaos sworn. No filters, no fluff, just real voices and wild stories from the Beehive State.
So you watched that episode?
I did, yeah.
Okay, so it's the book of Demi.
Yes, yeah.
So did you get some answers on Marciano?
They jump right back into the Marciano conversation, which I was kind of thankful for because I was like, at the end of the second episode, I was like, wait, what? Like, there's so much more we need to know. So I was glad they jumped right back into it. And basically, Marciano talks about how he was, like, Demi was coaching him, right? That's what he says.
Yeah, but what, do we still really understand? Because, Jesse does talk about, what, Demi was his puppet master? Like, what is the reasoning behind Demi still orchestrating this?
Well, they kind of go into that later, like when Marciano and Jesse meet up. They do a little bit talk to that, so we can talk about that in a minute. I feel like they explain that a little bit better, but in this particular scene, still in Beaver, I was like, there's still so many questions. Yeah. I did think it was funny, though, how he brought up the Cialis. And he looks at the camera and he's like, I have erectile dysfunction.
Oh, do you know what? I think I looked away at that point because I'm pretty sure I was making my coffee and it was playing. I should have stopped it because I did hear him say that, but I didn't hear him look at the camera. I
know. I was like, oh, okay, we're just going to broadcast. I mean, it already was kind of, but.
Why do you want to tell everyone that?
I know. Well, I think he was like, everyone already knew that I took a Cialis, which this was for, so I don't know. I just thought that was funny. I was like, okay, well.
So funny.
Now we all know. But then it goes to the girls in the car on their way home calling Jesse and pranking her that they didn't get anything out of him, which I thought was kind of funny. Yes. And that conversation when they tell Jesse, no, we did. We got everything. What'd they say? He folded like a pancake or something.
Yeah. Yes, they did say that.
Yeah. So funny.
Oh, it's funny.
That episode though, that part, I was like, the F words. I was like, whoa, Layla.
Oh, I know. Okay. Did you see Layla's hat?
No, what did
Layla's hat said, I support a man's right to shut the fuck up. And I literally was like, wow, we're just she is on another level this season.
For real. Because she dropped 20 F-bombs and then F words in the first
I was
conversation. I was like, whoa,
broadcasting it on a hat.
And also weird. Yeah, that's funny. I didn't notice the hat. All I noticed was she kept saying the F word and I was like, okay, all right.
Yes, I stopped. I paused the video to read her hat because I was like, what in the heck does it say? She's on another level to stand up for herself this season. And I feel like Layla's finding her own little voice.
She definitely is. Yeah. She is. Which is good. I mean, I think she needs to. Yeah, I think she needs to, especially in this group. You gotta have a voice, I think.
Yes.
And then they kind of jump. I feel like they jumped around a lot this episode.
Yes, they do jump to the House of Foils party. And Miranda is still just in the dark about everything.
It's funny too because she doesn't ask questions. She just kind of stands back and is trying to figure it out. I would be like, wait, what? What's going on? What?
Yeah, she just kind of watch it all play out. But also, they're questioning still if Miranda is the.
I know, and
she's just not. I don't think it is her. I think it's Layla still.
I think it's Layla too. And I hope that this doesn't just get skipped over. I hope that this comes out in further episodes because it's Layla. It's Layla. 100% it's Layla.
Yeah, I think so too. So before we talk about that party, so I don't know if you've noticed, production has been better this season. No, I have not seen much of the Catholic Church. It's been LDS churches and better B-roll.
Mm-hmm.
But also all of the women are wearing crosses for necklaces. Have you noticed that?
So I actually wrote that. It's in my notes later, because it's Miranda, like in her, where it's just her, like her individual interviews, she's wearing a big cross necklace. I had that written in my notes. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what is your take on the cross? Because for me, we did not wear the cross. Like, the LDS church doesn't represent the cross. It's not that they don't recognize it, because they do recognize that Christ was crucified on the cross. However, it's not a form that they like celebrate. They celebrate more his resurrection. So to me, growing up, if you wore a cross, it was like bad.
Yeah, no, I had
someone's home. It was like, oh, they have a cross, and I don't know why it has that stigma around it. Why?
I don't know why we made that connotation either, because I had that same thing. I feel like, so I have relatives that are like Greek Catholic and Catholic, and so I feel like I've come to like not see it that way as much anymore because they wear crosses. And I actually think they're really cute. Like, I was like, oh, it's really cute. Yeah. Like, the necklace is adorable. But it is weird that we have that connotation, so I don't know where that stems from. I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't know either, but I reached out to a friend who is very active LDS and said, hey, like, is this offensive, or are you now wearing the cross, and like, is the LDS
am I okay to buy one? Because I want one.
Yeah. No, I have an earring. I have an earring that is a tiny little cross, and I feel concerned about wearing it around like mom or family, because like, why does it feel bad?
I don't know. What's the connotation? Is there a negative connotation within the Mormon church?
Well, so my friend that I reached out to, I said like, hey, has the LDS church come out and said like, we're recognizing the cross as a symbol now to wear? And like, is it, why does it feel weird? And she said, the LDS church hasn't come out and actually made a statement about it, but she is seeing more members wear the LDS or the cross. Members wear the cross.
Okay.
And it's just basically symbolizing that they're Christian. But she said she also sent me a link to a bishop's Instagram, and his name is Mr. Dave Butler. And he has a post about it. So he is saying that the scene on Calvary when Christ is crucified was one of the ugliest moments in like humanity, right? Mm-hmm. And it was torturous and unfair. The cross, right, could be viewed that way, like that's not how we want to remember Christ. Mm-hmm. But the way he is viewing it is Jesus turned it into a symbol of hope for people. He took the ugly and turned it beautiful. It was a moment of death and darkness, and Jesus turned into light and life. So he does hang the cross in his home. He wears a cross necklace. And so my friend is saying like the church hasn't come out and said yes or no. It's kind of how you view the cross. But my friend just said, I think the church has bigger things to like worry about. But if you're wearing a cross, it probably means something to you that there's hope.
Interesting. Okay.
So I don't think it needs to have this like, this weird like.
I also feel like you all, at least myself, I always like if I saw someone wearing like a cross, I just assumed they were like Catholic. Like it was more normal in like a Catholic setting. And so I don't know if that's why like the LDS people just strayed away from it. So I don't know. It is kind of
we are like LDS and Catholic is Christian. So yeah, I think it's just more of how the LDS church represents the resurrection, like Easter.
Yeah. So I do like that symbolism of hope though. I like that. I like that. I'm gonna get a cross necklace now.
I know.
I'll be wearing it next episode.
I'm gonna wear my earring next episode.
I love it. I love it. I did have that written in my notes though. That she was wearing that cross necklace in all of her it was Miranda specifically in all of her individual like interviews. So it's funny. But didn't Taylor look so good she looked so good, like just healthy, good, beautiful. She walked in and I was like, She looks good.
Yeah, she does. She looks so cute. She was cute because she said, this is my roots. Mom talk is like whole again. She wants them to be supporting each other and not fighting. And it feels that way to her without Whitney and Demi there.
And also the girls were like, we need Taylor. Like, we've missed her. She's like, you know, like kind of like our anchor. They all talked about that. So that was fun to see.
They were cute about her coming back.
Yeah, that was fun to see her come back, and like it felt good. Like it felt good, that group.
Yeah, I think so too. Jordyn ends up telling Zach about they're talking about the situation with Jesse. And I think Zach asked him, like, how sure are you that Jesse didn't sleep with Marciano? And he was like 100%, which I'm like so glad for. But I wondered if that 100% came from hearing that Marciano admitted to lying, or if he really feels 100% sure that Jesse wouldn't lie to him. Do you see what I'm saying? There's a difference there.
Yeah, because he was not 100% sure.
So he was very confident when he told Zach.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, does that come from knowing that Marciano just admitted it?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. Because he was not before. And I was surprised when he said that in this episode. I was like, oh, okay, we've kind of done a 180 here.
Yeah.
Like, you're 100% confident. But I mean, he does talk about how he wants to work on it and move forward and like save their marriage, which I thought was exciting for them.
Yeah, and he says like he's willing to take accountability, which I didn't know 100% what he's taking accountability for. I think if someone's going to step out, there's probably some rocky things going on already. I don't know.
Well, we know that from her family. Remember, her family was saying like we've noticed things for years. So there's, I mean, I don't think you step out on a marriage if it's like
perfect.
Good. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's good at home, I don't think you cross those boundaries. Yeah. I think there was definitely there's always two sides, always more going on than just
totally. So I think we'll probably hear more about that.
Yeah. So he says he wants to try to make it work with her. And then I think it jumps to the
jet set.
The jet
set event. And Camille is there. Camille is part of like the original MomTok, right? But she was not part of the swinging scandal, and she has stepped back because when Taylor came out with it all, she included everyone as if like Camille was involved, and she wasn't.
Interesting though that now she's
showing up.
Step in. Yeah, like these people that are stepping in, I'm like, interesting. The timing's a little interesting here. Because I'm sure Camille got an invitation for season 1. I'm sure of it. I don't know this for sure. Don't take me for fact. But I would think that the producers would have reached out to her. She's in all the Miranda and Taylor like original videos. Those 3. Yeah. I'm confused why she's there. Yeah.
Yeah, it is confusing. Yes. But I thought it was hilarious how Demi like was so confident that Layla was going to hug her.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Well, it's weird.
Layla is one. It makes you wonder because if Layla's talking to Demi, then Demi would be like, hey, like, what's going on? And then Layla has to like show everyone else that she's not friends with Demi. And so
Layla's playing both sides.
I think so.
She's playing both sides for sure.
I think so.
Yeah, she's playing both sides for sure. It is interesting to me too, though, is I'm like, why is Demi here? Because she's not filming. She chose not to take the contract for this season. Why are you here? Why are you here?
Well, what was the jet set event? Like, why would she be a vet?
It's for, so HydroJug also owns Acta, which is like a athletic wear company. And they're like one and the same. And it was like one of, you know how they do like a launch, like you probably didn't see it, but one of their launches was like a jet set, like with the athletic clothing, and then the mug matched, and it was like a jet set theme. So I'm sure it was just like the launch party for that. So probably Demi was invited. I don't know. I mean, they probably are invited to a lot of the same events because I think the influencer space in Utah is you probably run around the same people.
Yes, I would think so. But it was not the time or place to like have this conversation. Like Miranda was embarrassed.
Yes.
And was like, this is not it, which I'm also like, well, yeah, why is Demi pulling her aside? Why can't she say like, hey, let's talk tomorrow or like later. I don't need to pull you aside.
Was it Demi? Did Demi pull Layla aside, or did Layla go to her?
Yeah. She was like, why are you acting like this? Yeah. She said, come over here.
I wonder though if she just knew they weren't gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like there was not another opportunity. I don't know.
Do you think Demi turned down her contract this season, do you think because she's in episode 3 that she still gets paid?
I wondered that too. Like, do they pay her to show up I don't know. Yeah. I doubt it. She probably was just there for the event and
she just has to sign a non-disclosure type thing.
Well, that was the other interesting thing is so Layla and her get fighting and they're arguing, right? And then Demi storms out and says, I'm going on live to tell everyone what Jesse did. Is she referring to, because like at that point, us as an audience didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay. But then they say, Jesse says on the phone, she's going to screw over any NDA that she signed. What NDAs are we signing? I'm confused.
I wonder if they have to sign a non-disclosure like at the end of this, like during the season. So during season 2, there's a non-disclosure that they're not going to like out the season. Because when they're filming season 3, we're probably still watching season 2, don't you think?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah.
So that's where I think that came from, is you're going to blow this all up on a live Instagram that's going to come out before the season
airs. Okay, that makes more sense. Yes. I was confused by the NDA and then when the producer went over to like talk to her, that was confusing.
I think that's why.
Also, I need to go back and rewatch this, but as Layla and Demi are fighting, Layla cuts Demi off, but Demi started to say, as she was like trying to prove with the text messages like through Marciano, he says something to the effect of, he tried to call me like 4 times and tell me that he was getting pet, and then she gets cut off by Layla. And I was like, wait, are they paying Marciano to say that
I didn't catch that. Yeah, I don't know.
And I was like, Layla, why'd you cut her off? Like, I wanted to hear what she was going to say. I need to
go back to that scene and watch it now. What is he going to say? What is she going to say? I do think it's very weird that she has like pages and pages of talking to Marciano. Why are we talking to this guy?
I don't get it. Like, I do not. I'm like, where did he come from? Why is he even involved?
No, I don't know.
Oh, it's so weird. Yeah, it's so weird. But anyways, Demi storms off and the producer, I'm sure, stopped her from actually doing a live. And then they talked about which they did. They talked about going to St. George at the foil party. They're planning a trip to St. George, which is exciting for you because I
was like, good. Like they need to show the red rocks and just San Hollow and all of it. St. George is so beautiful.
Which they did. I feel like they did a good job.
They did. Really the ATVing made me laugh because also, I don't know what month they were filming. They were all freezing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, St. George is not cold at all. Like, I mean, today it is. It's like 53. Yeah. That's winter for us.
Yeah.
And it's raining today. But typically, St. George is like 110, 115. So I was like, that's interesting that they went ATVing when it was
had to have just been like an off weird day.
A windy day.
Because it was
windy. It has been really extra windy.
Yeah.
So maybe
we always laugh because Jess will come to my house. I live in northern Utah. Jess and her husband will come to my house, and me and my husband Todd will be like, "Oh, let's sit on the deck. It's like so nice outside." And Jess and Troy are like, like it's so cold, and I'm like, "This is not cold." Like, what's happening?
No, that's because like literally, your guys is like cool 70. It is winter for us. Like we're putting coats on. And so today, LV, I sent her in like full. She had a sweater pants, and like a jacket. Yeah, it's 50 degrees.
Oh my gosh. We're like out hanging Christmas lights in our shorts and tank tops in 50-degree weather. We're like, it's so nice. Like, what a warm November. So funny.
It's weird how you just like acclimate to that and definitely freeze.
It is so weird.
St. George is so beautiful. And I'm like, they're all freezing. And it showed them too at the hotel, like around the fire. And I'm like, oh man, that's not St. George at all.
No,
Yeah.
but Todd did say, he was like, man, if you were watching this and like never been to Utah, there would be like, you would be like, oh wow, like it's
I
so
know.
pretty. It's so
It is
pretty.
so pretty. It is. They stayed at my favorite hotel, which is
Oh,
downtown on the boulevard. I should know how to pronounce this. I think it's called the Avenir. Adventure.
oh, I've heard you talk about this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Trey and I have stayed there a couple of times. And then the restaurant that we love is called Wodash Rye, and it's in the bottom of the hotel, and you see them eating there. And that probably is like one of the number one restaurants in St. George right now. And it's kind of like upscale, good food. I mean, it's a higher price, but it's fun atmosphere. There's a bar off to the side in the bottom of the hotel, and it's just like a fun, that whole like area is really fun on the boulevard.
I didn't know any of those places, but I have heard you talk about them. So that is fun. It's fun to see them in places you're like, oh, like this is right here.
Yeah. So
I
you
wonder
see
when
them
they filmed that.
the
It would have been
fire.
fun to be there.
Yeah. You see them like around the fire, and then you also see them, I think they got in the hot tub or the pool. Did they? No. Anyways, you see
they were around like a fire.
Background. That is at on the top of the hotel.
Okay.
So it's fun because you kind of overlook Dixie Rock and the boulevard. So it's like, it's a really cute hotel if you come here.
Fun.
Also, during the ATVing, Taylor wants to talk about MomTok and what it looks like moving forward. And they're literally on top of the sand dunes. And that's where the wind comes up over the hill. And it's always windy. Like, exactly how Miranda's hair was like, that's exactly how it is. And so she's like, do we have to say this right now? Like, she can't even like.
She has her whole like face covered up to here.
That
was a funny scene. I did kind of think it was interesting that Layla leaned into Miranda. That scene where Layla leans into Miranda and was like, I think this is your time. Like, you need to tell him like you're in MomTok. Oh. That was interesting to me because I'm like, is Layla trying to take like does Layla know she's the mole and she's just trying to like, I don't know. I get it. I don't know.
I feel like Layla just sits back. She's like a people pleaser, like you said.
Yeah.
And so people like talk to her because she just agrees with everyone. So they talk to her. But then if the person, that if she's talking to Miranda and then Taylor asks about Miranda, Layla's like, oh, I have that information. She's a people pleaser. So she just talk. I feel like she is the mole. I don't know.
I think she's the mole too. But she was very like everyone was very much on board with bringing Miranda in, which I agree with too. I think she is. They said she's fair and rational and like it's what they need in MomTok. And I completely agree. I think I actually loved the fact that she kind of stood back and was like, no, I'm going to form my own opinion on the Demi situation. She just didn't like jump right in with the girls because she didn't actually know the situation. And I like that about her.
Yeah. And Taylor like really was really cute about Miranda. She was just like, she has very good qualities that MomTok needs. You can tell that they were really close at one point and hopefully can rekindle that relationship,
Yeah, you can. I feel like there's a very true friendship between Miranda and Taylor and then Macy and Michaela.
Yeah.
Those, I think Todd even said that when he was watching it, is like that it seems like Macy and Michaela are like they're like true friends.
Yes.
Where the other girls are kind of thrown together and have created friendships for sure, but it doesn't feel as organic as like Michaela and Macy.
Okay, so here's my question about MomTok though. So it's a business, right?
Yeah.
But like, how did these girls come together? Like, how did Taylor start this? Because if they're not close friends,
you should go listen to what's the girl on Dancing with the Stars right now that's from Boy Meets World? Topanga. She played Topanga.
Topanga, yeah.
She played Topanga. I don't know what something Fisher, I think is her name.
She's super cute. Name. I like her. Yeah.
So not to get off on tangent, she just did a podcast with Whitney and I listened to it today. And Whitney talks about how MomTok originated. And I didn't realize Whitney was one of the original MomTokers. She talks about how, so it was Taylor and Miranda. Taylor started it and then Taylor started to reach out and say, like, we have a group of girls getting together, you should come. And it kind of just got bigger and bigger. But really, it started as like, we're just a group of moms trying to like survive the day, get together, dance, have fun. Whitney talks about how it was really just like more of like a social thing for them to like get out of the house, bring the kids. There was food, they were dancing. It sounds so fun. And so she talks about that, how like people think Taylor started it to like become big. And she's like, it was not, it was very organic. Like we just got together because we needed it as moms and it was fun to create TikToks and dance. And that's how it originated. And then it just kept getting bigger. Like people wanted to be a part of it.
Okay.
So anyways, you should go back and listen to that.
Yeah, I will have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what you were asking? How?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't really know how they like all got together because I was confused by that. And I've been meaning to ask you for a couple like conversations now because I'm like, Kate, if they're not all good friends, right? Like a high school group or something that came together eventually.
I think they knew. So I know, I think they like Taylor started to kind of reach out to people and be like, oh, you should come join whatever. And then those people would reach out to people. So I think they kind of knew each other. They were running in the same circle. I know like Jessie, she knew Macy because she was doing Macy's hair. And she also knew Whitney from doing Whitney's hair. So Jessie was not part of like the MomTok, but she did all their hair. So she knew of all of them. And that's how she got brought in as Macy was like, hey, we're filming a pilot for a show. Would you be interested in interviewing? And Jessie was like, yeah. So I think they kind of all knew each other all in Utah County, right? And it just kind of formed that way. But I don't think all of them were original friends, nor do I think they were like close friends. It was like, oh yeah, we invited Whitney,
Yep. Well, yeah, because they're not all from Draper either, which is where Taylor's at. But they're not. I mean, they're kind of all over the board because Jay-Z Styles is in Provo. So
her last name is Draper.
Who?
Jessie? Yeah, her maiden name is Draper. She just changed back to Draper, which has been a big controversy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But her maiden name is Draper, so I wondered if like her family is, I don't know, from Draper, has anything to do with like the city Draper.
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyways,
in St. George, Jessie talks to the girls about wanting closure from Marciano. This was very weird for me because I'm like, what do you need closure for? Like, he's lying about you. And why would you need to reach out to him? Like, he already admitted he's lying. If you're trying to rekindle your marriage, you should not even have his phone number in your phone anymore. Like, I don't think that if I was Jordyn, I would be okay with Jessie ever talking to him.
No. Like, why do you still have his phone number?
Yeah.
She shouldn't even have his phone number in her phone. Like,
yeah. And so I did think it was admirable of Taylor to be like, you should really think about this a little bit more. Because why are we inviting him to St. George? So people who don't understand, Salt Lake is north, like central Utah. St. George is 4 hours south. And then Las Vegas is like 2 hours from that. So St. George is kind of a meeting ground, if Jessie's there for Marciano to come and see her. But I just don't even know why this was a thing.
The whole time watching it, was like, no, like, no, don't do it.
Yeah,
this is
don't
a really
do it.
Bad idea. Like, this is a bad idea. And like thinking of Jordyn, no. Like, if you were really trying to work on your marriage, which I also, going back to like them being separate, maybe the therapists out there can help us with this, but I don't understand the concept of let's separate for 90 days. Like, is that to figure out if you want to work on it? Or is that because if we're working on it, why are we separating? I don't understand.
Well, because I think it gives you time to like think, grow by yourself, where like there's so much tension or like toxic. They're trying to like work through what actually happened. So they probably are at home arguing, where like separation would give them time to like actually see themselves and like learn for themselves if they want to go back, if they miss it, or if they are okay being independent and they actually don't need each other. That's what I think. I have no idea.
you're a therapist out there and you're listening, drop your thoughts in the comments below because
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it seems like Jordyn is like 100% ready to work on it. So then why would we not? And maybe it's Jessie. Clearly, it's Jessie that is not sure that she wants to work on it. But that whole situation, I was proud of Taylor. I completely agreed with her that that should not have happened. I also was like, this is a girls' trip to like bring Mom Talk back together. Why are we focusing on Marciano? And
well,
you already
it's Jessie's whole world, though.
Yeah.
It's all she can think about, probably.
Yeah, but he already cleared her of that. So like, why?
I know.
I didn't understand. He already admitted that he lied. So like, why do we need? Why are
I don't
we?
know.
Why do we need this? It was very confusing to me. And closure, like you said, like what?
What closure? Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. But Taylor said, "No liar is coming to tell you the truth now."
So
she's
true.
exactly right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
And then, so then Macy and Michaela take it upon themselves to like set up this lie detector, this whole scene where they're going to put a lie detector on Marciano. But the scene of Jessie, like Marciano texting her and saying, I'm here. And then her like checking herself in the mirror and like meeting him at the door. I was like,
I know.
oh, no.
I felt very uncomfortable with it.
I totally felt uncomfortable because I was like, you are still flirty. There's still like, why are we hugging him? He lied about you to the whole world. Why are you hugging him? Why are we like, it was
why
just
did
like,
he bring flowers? That was way inappropriate.
Yeah.
Like she's married and she's trying to like put things back together with Jordyn. Like, what? It was very uncomfortable for me.
Yeah, I did not like it. I did not like it at all. The whole thing. I wrote in like big capital letters, I agree with Taylor. Like, listen to your friend. She's giving you good advice. Yeah. They do cut to a scene where Zach and Jen are talking and Zach shares with Jen that or the conversation he had with Jordyn. And I thought it was interesting that Jen got so defensive about like, why were they all up in my marriage when this was going on? I thought that was an interesting reaction. I can understand where she's coming from, but I do feel like to give Jessie some credit, I think a lot of that was Demi and not Jessie coming at her for like
Jen.
Yeah,
I think it was more Demi than Jessie.
I'm excited for Jen and Jessie to have a conversation. I'm excited for that conversation because I think it needs to be had. And yeah, Jen felt very offended that Jessie was going through this the same time Jessie was accusing her of being a liar, which fair.
But I just feel like when Jessie, right, she was at fault, she probably was like feeling some sort of guilt and like deflecting. So Jen was the person to like deflect to.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it right.
No.
I'm just saying that's probably what Jessie was doing.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. And being heavily influenced by Demi.
Yes.
Seems like Demi is a manipulator. She's got some sort of hold on these people.
I know. I'm kind of sad about it because I really liked her in season 1. And now I'm like, why? Like, she's so beautiful. And I'm like, you could be so cute. And you have a cute husband and a cute daughter. And you could be so cute. But it makes her not cute because she's just not nice.
And sorry, I kind of jumping around. But then back to the conversation with Jessie and Marciano. Marciano does kind of explain that he felt ghosted by Jessie. And so that's when he started leaning on Demi. Because it made it seem like Jessie just cut off I think they used the word ghosted. And so Jessie just cuts off that relationship, decides she doesn't want to do this anymore.
She has to. Yeah. Though.
Yeah, she would have to. But, he, I think, was feeling ghosted, is what he said. I felt ghosted. I wasn't sure what was going on your end. And so then I started to lean on Demi. And so I don't know if that's how Demi got the influence over him. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still very confused.
I don't get their relationship because what is Demi doing she has Brett. Like, it just isn't making sense yet.
No, there's definitely more details that need to come out about that relationship so we can understand it a little bit better. And what is Brett? Did Brett know that Demi kissed Marciano?
I don't know.
What is that? What does that look like for them? Because he's come out and said that. Has she come out and admitted that?
I don't know.
don't know either.
Not sure.
I don't know.
When Jesse is like with Marciano, the girls are on top of the hotel and they're peeking in to see like what's going on with Jesse and Marciano. But they're upstairs, they're up around the fire, and they start talking to Taylor about like, you know, getting into another relationship, what it looks like. And Taylor is hopeful. She just wants like a respectful, thoughtful person. But they get into conversation about, you know, do you want it to be a Mormon?
Well, someone says to Macy,
Hi.
hey, there's the temple. Why don't you go do a session?
Oh, because you can see the temple. Yeah.
Yeah. And so then Macy's like, yeah, I think I'm the only one that could like walk into the temple right now. And so then they go into that. They talk about how Miranda and Chase were originally married in the temple and how they wore garments. Yeah. And Taylor was a little bit shocked to find that out. She didn't know that. But that was an interesting conversation because I feel like they talked about a lot of the things that we've talked about on the podcast and kind of the things that this show has brought to light, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, because they had the same conversation about men, like all guys that are good are Mormon. And that's exactly what I talked about in our first conversation about why I was married in the temple. It was somewhat of me showing my husband is a good guy, right? And what does that mean?
Perception
Just because he can take me through the temple doesn't mean he's a good guy. But for some reason, there's that like stigma around it. But it's kind of hypocritical because there's a lot of men who are not active, never have been, and they're wonderful guys.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't need to be that way. But I do think the church, there is some pressure behind like when you're dating and going through young women's, they're not pressuring you, but they're asking you to look for a good gentleman who could take you to the temple one day. And they're creating that stigma.
Yeah. And I think it seemed to me that Macy got a little bit offended because Macy's like, I found a good Mormon guy. I think she says that.
No, there's great Mormon guys. There's great Mormon guys.
She got a little bit offended. But what I was getting at is like I don't think it has anything to do with religion, right? There's good and bad guys, and like
it's just it comes down to like their values. Are they respectable? Are they a thoughtful, good human being?
Yeah, which I think was what Taylor was getting at. It seems like these girls though have had some bad experiences with Mormon men. So I feel like they have.
Well, and that's like the high population here in Utah. So haven't we all had a bad or good relationship with, I mean, you're dating Mormon. There's not a lot of non-members that you're not dating.
That's so true.
That you
That's
are
true.
dating.
And like, I can name like you, I know you've had an experience. I've personally had a bad experience.
Yeah. So I don't think it comes down to if you're LDS or not.
No,
and that's what Taylor was trying to say is like, well, it's not really like if he's Mormon or not. I'm looking for these qualities.
Yeah. I'm on a group on Facebook that talks about the episodes, and there were a ton of questions about the garments. So if you are still wondering, they talked about the garments, didn't really explain too much about like what that was, but they did talk about it. They talked about holding a temple. Recommend if you're still wondering like what all of that means, go back to our episode 2 because we answer all of those questions for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought it was also strange that Jesse invited Marciano to dinner. Like that was another word that I was like, wait, what? Okay, now it's getting worse.
Oh bad.
I mean, I was thankful that it was a dinner with the girls. Like it was a group dinner, not just her going to dinner because he came to town.
Yeah.
Because at first I thought that.
Same.
But then when I was like, okay, all the girls are going, it still doesn't make it okay. Like, why does she feel that she needs to go to dinner with him because he showed up?
There's definitely still some like lingering feelings for her there.
Yeah.
Which makes me sad for Jordyn.
Yeah.
Makes me really sad for Jordyn. And also to think that he has to watch all this back.
I know.
That's so hurtful. And even their interactions, though, are like flirty. And like Marciano, when they showed up for dinner, was like, you're so beautiful. And like, ew, stop.
The compliments. Like, yes.
It's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good.
The whole polygraph test in general, I don't know if I buy it. I'm not saying that they're not accurate. I'm saying for like producers.
Do you want to know what's interesting though?
They're
Is
open-ended questions.
So Todd was saying, he was like, here's the thing, like you could be, so they could be asking a specific question and then clipping the answer from another one. Like we don't even know if those were the true answers to the questions that they asked. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no way to know that that was what she answered to that question, because she could have said no to another one and they could have clipped it in. I don't know. Yeah. So it was kind of like, this doesn't do, again, what is this for? I don't know what we're doing here.
Well, I also found it odd that the polygraph lady who came with the test wouldn't show her face. Like, is she not showing her face because they're not going to depict exactly what took place? Like, they are cutting and editing it. So she's like, I'll do it for you, but I don't want to be a part that's not actually showing the accuracy.
Well, she said on the phone call with Macy, remember, she's like, I'm kind of a big deal. So that's why.
Yeah, but why does she have to hide her identity?
I don't know.
What does she have to hide her identity for?
That's a great question. I have no idea. I don't know. It was all I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, that was all for production.
Yeah, no for sure it was. Yeah. I did love, though, at dinner when Taylor meets Marciano and then it cuts to a clip of her and she's like, I get it. Like, I get the drop. And I was like, wait, what?
I was like, oh, she does? I'm like, okay, maybe in person, she's there. We're finally seeing what everyone's saying.
Remember, I was like, there's got to be something in person. Like, why are these women drawn? And then when Taylor said that, I was like, wait, what? It's like, there is something. And then she was like, totally kidding. I don't get it.
Yeah. And so then I was like, okay, good, because we don't get it.
No, we do not get it. What is it? What is it? I don't get it. I do not get it.
Her joke was really funny.
And Taylor does make a comment at dinner, or that the fact that Jesse's inviting him to dinner, that she's playing with fire, which I completely agree. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's playing with fire for sure. It's funny. I thought it was the whole dinner. I don't even know, because they talked to him about kissing Demi, and they're like, "What kind of kiss was it? Was it mouth or just a peck?" And they're like, "Why don't you kiss Layla and show us you kissed me?" That was really awkward too.
Yeah, no, it was that conversation was awkward because he kissed her. What does it matter? It doesn't really matter. I don't know.
Exactly. She's married, regardless of what kind of kiss, passionate or not. It's still you kissed me.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know. That was very weird. And I'm like, it bothers me that Jesse needs these details. I don't know. You've got him. He already said he lied about having sex with you. Why do we need more? What more are you wanting from him? I don't understand Jesse's motivation here. I don't get it. And then they start to go through the lie detector answers. And it shows basically Marciano that he was pretty straightforward and told it how it was. He wasn't really lying about much. But then the last question was to Jesse, right? Mm-hmm. And she asked if there was more than just the kiss that went on. Was that what the question was?
I think the question was something like, did you have sex, or something about sex? And it was, I can't remember the exact question. I feel like
they used the word physical intimacy. We'll have to go back and watch.
Maybe.
Something with physical intimacy. I don't know.
Jesse's answer was inconclusive. So then it was shocking, because you're like, wait. But again,
and then the episode ends.
His producer's just cutting that answer to get a shocking response. Because I also could see in the next episode them actually showing you the answer to that question.
We would need to look up that question specifically, though, because I also was thinking if that really came back inconclusive, and if the question was posed as, was there anything more that happened than just the kiss? Well, there was. She admitted to having an emotional affair. They continued to text her
so what does that actually mean?
So, maybe that's why it came back inconclusive, is she was like, well, no, not physically, but emotionally, there was.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could be.
I feel like the questions could go either way for them to tell the truth or not, or lie.
I don't feel like this is helping her, though.
It's not helping her right now.
It's making her and Jordyn's relationship worse. It's not helping her. I'm like, this is a bad idea.
I just don't think that she should have even called him or talked to him or saw him.
No, and they did show a couple clips of like the next episode. Jordyn's really upset, as he should be, you know?
Yeah. That's going to be expected.
All right, Feral friends, that's a wrap on that episode. So don't forget to follow and subscribe wherever you're listening. I'm Jordyn.
And I'm Jess.
And we love having you here.
Hit that button so you don't miss a single secret, rumor, or reality TV meltdown. We're recapping next.
Thanks for listening to First and Feral, Utah Unfiltered. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay a little feral.